Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. It's time to eat dinner with our family and friends. I know everyone's excited about eating today and gathering and sitting around laughing and joking. This is also an important time for us to remember the things that we are thankful for. Obviously, we should remember that every day of the year, but this is one particular time when we come together many times with family and friends, and this gives us an opportunity to share with one another what we are thankful for. You may be thinking, what in the world do I have to be thankful for? I'm going through a whole lot of things. Things don't seem to be working out for me. Everything that I've prayed for hasn't happened. It hasn't come to surface. But I'm here to tell you today that the very fact that you're able to hear or see this video, that in itself is something that you should be thankful for. That God has given you sight. That God has given you air to breathe, that you're able to communicate, that you're able to even be here today. That in itself is something to be thankful for. I know that many times we'll go through things and we'll think, God, how can you allow me to go through this? Sometimes we're going through things because God is trying to protect us from something else that's even worse. You may be someone who wasn't able to grow up with your family. Maybe you were adopted, maybe you're in foster care, maybe some things happened, you had to live with your grandparents. But even in that, there's something to be grateful for. God may have been protecting you from something far worse had you lived in a different situation. I often reflect on my own life and I think about things that have happened, and I used to question and wonder, Lord, why me? Why me? As I grew in Christ, I started to say, why not me? Why can't God use me? There are many things that have happened in my life where now I may not know exactly why God allowed things to happen the way they did, but I do know they're for His glory. I do know that God is using me as a vessel to minister to other people who may have gone through similar situations. And I think that is something that we should all be thankful for. When we are going through something, whether it's good or bad, we have to know that in the end, God has the last say. We have to know that if we trust, we believe, and we rely on God, all things work together for the good. Today, I want you to think about that. I want you to think about, what do I have to be grateful for? Aside from the fact that I'm able to aside from the fact that I was able to wake up this morning, what is something else that I know that I can be grateful for? The people that God has put in my life, the things that God has protected me from. Remember, there's always someone else who has a worse story to tell than you from your measurement. Each one of us, we believe, oh man, this is the worst I've gone through. The next person you talk to, they'll think that's the worst they've gone through, that no one else has experienced that. And as we go on our journey, we learn that there's always someone else who's had a different experience than us. And their measurement of how bad that situation is always where they see their situation as being far worse than the other person. But understand that every situation, there's something that you can find to be grateful for. As painful as it may be, as hurtful as it may be, that person may have walked out of your life. That in itself could be a blessing. God could have been protecting you from something else. You may have been in a relationship with someone and that relationship didn't work out. Thank God for it. You could have been in a marriage with that person and had to endure years of turmoil. But instead, God protected you and caused the relationship to end before it got to that point. There may be a family member who is no longer communicating with you. That family member could have been toxic. Right now, until they get to a healing place, maybe it's better that there is that distance. Maybe there's that friend that has not called you or checked up on you. Maybe they're going through something. Maybe you can reach out to them and think about all the good times that you guys did have together and reflect on those things. In every situation, there's always something we can look at and be thankful for. I challenge you today, as you spend time with family and friends, to think about what you can be thankful for. Thank you for tuning in to Sharon Kelly Speaks. You have a great day. Remember to subscribe, like, and follow, and share. Be blessed.